Yeah. Groovy mode, none of this is scripted, life a movie role. Play my part, show them even through the bloopers you could grow. Found my reason, fly shit, I be dressing like some salad season. I keep it solid every morning, every noon and every evening, yeah. I speak the truth, my content might just make you so uncomfortable. If you out here fibbing, being fake, no, I'm not one of you. I'm trying to take this higher from the bottom, now I one of you. Wonder who gon' recognize my worth, this grind been wonderful. It was only cheese between my Wonder Bread, I wondered where the bread was. Trying to get my family stomach fed, gotta keep my head up, I know my day gon' come. I know them days get brighter if you work, the shade gon' come, but prove them wrong.
Chris, because you just said
I'm about to put this link in there.
Yeah, talking issue. Chris just said, so when you do right, so young and May will do right when you do right. Basically saying that she's following our lead. And you know,
that's what Talking Rich Chris said. Oh, because the stud lesbian woman is looking and following the black man still. That's what I told y'all. It's follow the leader. It's follow the leader around this motherfucker. Black men want to be white men.
Man.
Black want to be black men who want to be like white men. It's just a it's just a gift that keeps on motherfucking giving in the worst kind of way, just like an STD.
Like I said, I will not agree with the black men or the white men of the community, but I do want to hear what somebody has to say about Young M.A. because again, everything we said might be crushed with this very argument. Because if you really are going after chauvinistic, objectifying, demeaning, derogatory, defaming things and statements, you should be going at and behaviors, you should be attacking Young M.A. because all of Young M.A.'s lyrics are about sex and, like I said, deep throat me, and I just fuck her for the night, and I just come through at nighttime and fuck her, and I don't care. But if a man says that, he's misusing his patriarchy.
Oh shit, I'm in this. Oh.
What up? What up?
What's going on?
What's going on?
I ain't never used it, so I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know I was popping in.
You was talking all that shit in the chat. Oh,
That's
I gotta
what
go pay my nails. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta go. Your motherfucking ass been right here for the whole 24 hours.
I know, because like you said, damn, when they going off, I really want to watch something else. This is too good at the same time.
I'm gonna let you take this up with Jay Lethal.
So yeah, did you hear the question I was asking?
Yeah, you're talking about the Young Ma and
yeah,
basically on how you know. I think I said what I said. I mean, let's keep it real though. These girls that are saying this shit as comments, baby, they just now getting to the gay. They ain't learned how these gays over here can be acting funny, just like the boys or the straight boys over here. They just now finding out that these lesbians be doing too much too. But you were talking about you know, girls. How can Young and May be saying all this stuff? And if a black man said this, remember, Young Ma is imitating you.
Right.
So hold on.
Okay.
When you change, so will she.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Once again, because y'all just said it. Even black women want to serve you. Black women want to look up to you. Women want. Hell, I want to look up to you sometimes. But shit. But the point is, but if you want to be the leader, I need you to act like one. I need you to be one. I need you to possess it. You can't be a little boy all the motherfucking time and crying and bitching all the time. Nigga, grab your dick and say, yo, put your foot down. This is not gonna be this. You're right. We don't need to be doing this. We don't need to be saying this. We don't need to be treating people like this. We do need to have more respect and empathy and sympathy. Black men don't know how to have empathy for motherfuckers. They don't know how to put themselves in other people's shoes.
I mean, but who does it for us? Okay, but to be fair, does anybody?
The women that you lay down do. You wear them out
Oh,
emotionally all the
oh
time.
shit, here we go.
You wear
Here
them
we
out all
go.
the time. Because I hear about your ass, because she tell me about your ass, so I know what's going on in the household. Because you can't go to your homeboys and talk to
Yo,
him emotionally about nothing, because they're going to be like, oh, nigga, you a bitch. Because once again, that femininity issue. Y'all can't get past femininity and shit. Sorry, it's hot. Nigga need to turn on the AC. But y'all, y'all don't. There is. I tell black women all this time. You have to be your man's safe place. If a man don't have, if you make a man feel safe, he'll tell you everything. If you don't make him feel safe, he ain't gonna tell you shit. You have to let your man be able to come to you and talk to you and express himself, because baby, as a black man, because I am a black man, fuck all this gay shit, I'm still a black man first. Ain't nowhere else for us to lay our emotions out. Ain't nowhere for us to talk to anybody about things that's going on. Y'all just pretty much eloquently said it through this video. Every niggas is mad and angry all day. I can't. It's hard to talk to angry man every day. You know what I mean? And deal with him every day and stuff, because he mad all the time and stuff. Or all these faggot ass niggas. You know, those some of the interesting things that I've dealt with a lot of straight men that they've like, yo, I fucks with you, Chris. Why? Because I sit up there and I talk to them, I listen to them, and I try to, instead of, like you say, forcing gay, I don't want to force gay on you. I'm going to live my life and be me. And hopefully through my actions and through the friendship that you have with me, you'll maybe see that, man, every gay person ain't like that. I keep trying to tell people, stop letting TV fuck you up out here and make you think that gay look like that. Gay don't look like that. That's one aspect of gay. Gay look like your uncle, your mama, your granddaddy, your pastor. The pastor getting down too behind the closed doors. While he's shaming the gay people, Deacon Froy and Deacon Roy is back there sucking on his dick after church. You know what I mean? A lot of this stuff be going on and stuff. Y'all don't let TV get you fucked up. Gay comes in different forms, different fashion, different whatever. Aesthetically, yes, some gay guys you can tell this gay, like that trans person. What that dude should have said, just to alleviate any problems, was basically say, if he was confused, hi, I'm Chris. What is your name? Julie. Nice to meet you, Julie. That covers the problem right there. Other sir, ma'am. That I don't have to worry about getting in that argument. I rather just ask you what's your name, because when you tell me the name that you want to call you, that's what it's gonna be. If your name is Billy Bob, God damn it, it's Billy Bob. I ain't questioning why it's Billy Bob. Even if I personally think it's ugly or whatever, that don't need to be voiced. I'm here to just work, give you this goddamn Call of Duty game. Peace out. That's all he's there for, anyways. You're not there to argue with customers anyway. So that's bad management and all that up in there. So we need to be talking to them. But the point is, don't think that gay looks like what you see on TV, because it's not. It's not. Black men, you got friends probably that you kick it with, that they be doing any and everything behind your back as a friend that you don't even know that you're friends with. And it would be so cool that they probably want to tell you that they're gay, but because of how things that you say and believe, I ain't gonna tell that nigga that. And then when you do find out, oh my God, yo, was this nigga looking at me? To be honest with you, straight men do more gay shit than gay men do. Y'all slapping each other on the ass all in sports and doing stuff. I don't even do that with my own gay friends.
look, I just kind of wanted to add to that little part right there. Like, that whole, this idea that every gay man wants every straight nigga. Look, this is particularly for you niggas.
First of all, your teeth is scattered all the way around. Nigga, ain't nobody looking at you.
This is for you niggas. If you ain't got a plethora of bitches running behind you, what the fuck make you think that a gay man is after your dusty dick ass? We have higher standards in men than women do. So if the bitches ain't chasing you down, we damn sure don't want you, ain't checking for you, don't need you, don't want to see you, don't want to be.
But I say this just to be messy. If a motherfucker is trying you, maybe it's because they see something in you.
Talk about
it. But if a motherfucker do try you, what you hiding? You know what I mean? It's a lot of times people keep thinking about that gay as a choice and stuff. I had never heard y'all talk about the mental. It's more to being gay than just the sexual aspect. There's the mental, there's the emotion, there's the intimacy, there's the connection and the bond. I tell any guy that I had been with in the past, I don't want to just be your boyfriend. I want to be your brother, your best friend, my confidant. I want to bond with you. If I can't have those things, it's not going to work, because sex is only going to last so long. And just being men, we're going to get bored with your ass anyway. So I need more to connect with you than just your body.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Nobody thinks about that. Being gay is not just like, oh, we fucked. And that's y'all straight people that worry about that, because that's what's on your mind all day. That's why y'all sometimes don't have good relationships and leaving these kids with they raggedy ass mom, because y'all was laying down with each other and shouldn't have been laying down with each other. You having kids with people you shouldn't have had kids with. You knew she was nasty in the first place when you saw her, so you should have known to put a condom on with her.
Chris, I have to
But once
knock
again, the men
nigga start flagging my motherfucking video because you digging all into the
my cousin
life about.
It's just because it's like, huh?
We listening.
You said what again?
We listening.
Oh, no, I don't even. What was I saying? You
Hold
know,
on,
a lot of people, a lot of men
is
don't.
this your first time having a being sandwiched between two gay niggas and talking about
I don't prefer that statement, but no, but yeah, I mean, basically, like I said, this whole conversation is new to me because I usually give my perspective on my channel, and the people on my channel are like so opposite of the perspective that I don't really ever have a moment to really sit and dialogue genuinely with people who I seemingly oppose. So like I said, I'm open to, that's the whole reason why I have a channel to begin with. When I start talking about this controversial stuff, I plan on somebody eventually saying, hey, no, that's not right, or I don't agree with that, or let's talk about that. That's why I started my channel anyway. So as far as this conversation, like I said, it's so many different aspects of it that I'm not going to, no matter what facts are brought out, I'm not going to all the way agree. But that's what I think we need to start getting away from trying to.
And here's the thing: you don't have to agree with it. I think with the most bare minimum that gay people is asking for, trans people is asking for, is at least just give me. Can you give me some understanding? Can you just get it?
Right,
That's
right.
all we asking. I ain't asking to agree for it. I don't agree. You motherfuckers don't agree with extra mustard in their goddamn potato salad. That's fine. You know what I mean?
Your name is Chris, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you this. Now, this is a question this is probably one of my other things that I had on my notes somewhere, but I want to ask you this, and I want you to try to be as honest as possible, considering you're going to have to guess, and you're going to have to also take into account the people who you've talked to, and maybe even your personal experience. Again, this question isn't to be intrusive at all. This is just in general. What would you say is the percentage of people from the LGBT community that have experienced? Oh, damn, Chris.
What happened?
I don't know. Right when I was about to ask.
I think I accidentally hit something. Chris, if you're out there, just hit the link again. Come on back.
Yeah, come on back.
Hear you.
Yeah, I know he's still watching. But my question to can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay,
my question to okay, Chris, my question to you and to Conscious TV and to the chat, and this is a very serious question that I probably should have started with. I need you to answer this truthfully, and I've asked people in my life, what would you say is the percentage of people in the LGBT community that have at some point in their adolescent life experienced some form of sexual trauma? What would you say is the percentage?
I mean, that's hard to say because not everybody's open with it. There's a lot of straight people that don't speak about it.
Yeah.
I just talked to one of my straight homeboys who was in football, and we were talking about something, and he had just realized that this older man on his coach, that was his coach, was trying to holler at him when I was talking about something, and it was a realization to him that he had just realized that, oh damn, I was tried.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's hard to say because it's all about people coming up, speaking up. Like for me, I wasn't touched by no adult, but was I tried by some grown ass men because they knew I was a little more effeminate, who had wives and playing the straight role? You damn right. That's why I tell people now, be careful who you let your kids kick it with. I don't give a fuck if it is the coach on the basketball team. You better be going on the field trip too.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because the main people that's touched, you always talking about I don't want him hanging with, I don't want that gay man hanging with my son because he's gonna turn out my son. No, it's the motherfuckers that you really trust be the ones in
Mm.
these spaces of where children should be at, or should be watched over, by someone older. It be them. It be the ones in church. So while y'all are worried about, oh, I'm gonna rear my children in church, that be where a lot of stuff going on too. You know what I
Mm.
mean? But saying, giving your percentage, I don't think I can honestly give you one because I don't know what everybody's been through. You do hear that sometimes that people have been touched, but then I know a lot of gay dudes that wasn't touched, that came from a 2-parent home. That mama and dad, and here's the thing too. I keep trying to tell people, oh, the father was taken out, daddy needed to be home. Some of y'all suck being in the fucking house. You're shitty in the house.
Let me tell you something. I had a mama,
father at home.
I had a mama, a stepdaddy, and a biological father. So I had 2 dads and 1 damn mama, and voila.
My grandfather, my mother died when I was 14. My grandfather and my grandmother raised me. And my grandfather's a pastor. So, and hello. And I straight up told him what I was. Now, I was smart enough to know, get the fuck out the house and make a way for myself because I knew it might go different. I don't know how it's going to go. And I tell some children that too. If you're going to come out the closet, depending on the age you are, you might have to wing yourself off of that parent dependent shit because they might boot your ass. You need to have a plan. But that's just my advice, depending on the situation of that individual. But people like don't believe that crap that was told that, oh, his father wasn't there, that's why he's feminine, or she's more butch because she was raised by her daddy and all that. Some kids
Is that
come
what
out
you were going with that, Jay Lethal?
What's that?
Going with that line of questioning is attributing the sexual abuse to
I mean, I guess in general, my question would be, is it a false equivalence or is it completely ridiculous to say that a significant portion? Okay, here's my question exactly. Is it incorrect? Would it be an incorrect assertion to say that a significant portion of the so-called LGBT community are actually acting out some form of sexual trauma that was placed on them early in childhood development?
No, and then let's ask these questions.
Jesus.
I got a question like when people say, well, when is a child even supposed? I mean, not by no adult or anything, but like a teenager, whatever. When are you supposed to be exposed to sex, any kind of sex? I don't mean nobody touching on you inappropriate or none of that. I'm talking about whether it's just the girl at school I like. What is the appropriate age? Because let's keep it real too. I say this, y'all, everybody always trying to keep the boys with the boys and the girls with the girls. That's another reason why I think sometimes shit spawn away because we trying to separate the genders all the time. Boy, you can't play over there with them girls and shit. Why? I think some of the best people to talk to is the gay dudes because the gay dudes hung out with the girls since they was little girls. That's why we understand women more.
I mean, I understand. I understand. You're speaking about.
Why is it that a little boy? Why is it that little girls can play with kitchens but little boys can't? Isn't that little boy gonna go in the kitchen and learn how to cook eventually?
Of course they need to. And that's
why as a society we have a problem when we see him playing with the kitchen set. Ain't he gonna be frying eggs eventually and
Oh,
cooking the burger? I want a little
Yeah.
spaghetti. You
green
know what I
eggs and
mean?
motherfucking
Green eggs and
ham.
ham. You know what I mean?
Hallelujah.
You know, like
Yeah.
why
That's
can't
fair.
why is that a part? Why can't he play with the baby doll? That's why y'all suck at some of y'all suck at watching kids. You ain't got no patience because you didn't play with the baby doll. You didn't feed her the milk and shit. You was too busy playing with the trucks and stuff. And I don't understand how you was learned playing. It's supposed to be when you playing with the baby to teach you how to nurture, and when you playing with the trucks, then you teach you how to work with cars. And half you niggas ain't even got cars to work on. You know what I mean? But that's a whole nother story. You know what I mean? I'm just saying why, you know,
Yeah.
that's why men, black men especially, we don't know how to nurture very well. One of the things I learned with my grandparents is my grandmother taught me nurture, independence, respecting people. They both did, but my grandfather taught me logic, what's really going to make sense, think smarter, you know what I mean, and how to be a leader. Don't just because everybody else is doing it don't mean you got to. Just like I don't agree with everything that gay people say. I have my own individual mind. I think for Christopher. I have to. If I group uh, thinking alike breeds too much group thinking, and there's never room for individual thoughts for somebody to come to the table with a different solving of a problem or a different idea that may spark some other things to be like, oh shit. You know what I mean? If everybody thinking the same, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to be different. You know what I mean? That's what makes us all different. We all come with different ideas and different thought plans and different, you know, whatever. It's just I just think that like a lot of times we try to get our kids to fit these straight molds that they might not even be. Like you said, you look at Beauty and the Beast, you look at Cinderella, you look at all these other things that you're okay with talking to a bird, you're okay with the magic, you're okay with all this other stuff that's actually bad for their psychology as a kid, but you'll be okay with that. But oh my God, gay is just the worst. Then if that's the case, I tell people, if you got a problem with gay and all that, throw away most of your church songs. Some of your favorite Christian artists that you listening to be sucking dick right after the church song. Sorry to be
I know.
vulgar. Sorry to be vulgar, but I got to tell you like a T.I. is.
Can
Some
we
of the
talk
people
about
that
that
you
real
like.
quick?
Yeah.
I thought it was. Do you remember the name of the guy who got outed? Like his sex tape had leaked. What's the name of
it?
it?
I don't remember. I know you're talking about because it was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And it was a horrible dick suck. But the point is,
Look
sorry,
here.
Jay, I know that's too much for you. But yeah, but
I
yeah, it's stuff.
was going to say that it was funny to me.
Eddie Long is a good one.
Yeah, but I want to stick to because it was interesting to me how the church, like this dude records was everywhere. He was performing everywhere. And the minute that church folk knew what his tea was,
tossed him to the lake of fire.
He was
off with your head.
But I'm like, you do realize that he was sucking dick when he made all them songs that usher in the Holy Ghost every Sunday before y'all knew his tea, y'all was getting y'all spiritual rocks off and utilizing the anointing on that music. But because now you know he's queer, all of a sudden now.
Was that God the God that came into church, was that now in vain? What happened to the Holy Ghost that came into the church? So was that a fake shout you were doing the whole time? So now you're phony.
And that goes to the saying that God is the only boss who will fire your ass and keep you on the job. He's the only boss who will fire your ass and keep you on the job, which means that I can be a gifted sinner. You may think, but see, we live in a culture that says because you are a sinner and you're wicked, because we don't accept you, that your gift's not effective. If you
but at the same time, they'll tell you God will use anybody. What happened to that?
My gift will still have the impact that it does and still save lives, and people still get saved to that man's music today.
Because God will use anybody.
Motherfucking things. I just thought that was fascinating.
But see, right, because like they say, God will use anybody. He didn't say how they would look, how they would come, what they would have on. Even the devil will come to you in a nice outfit. That's what they say.
Those
So
are-
you know what I mean. So you got to be aware of anybody that is dressed in sheep cloak or whatever. And that's what I want to say too. Be careful with what you listen to, what people say publicly. People do say and do a lot of shit publicly, but behind closed doors, it be something else. And I don't mean sexually. I don't mean like that. I don't care if it's you. I've seen parents tell their children don't lie, and every time I see your ass, you the lying king.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I see people.
Right.
You like you were talking about, Jay, about raising your kids and stuff. But are you being the example for your kids? Because at the end of the day, you can't say something and do something else. I would see parents do that
Right.
and say something else, but be something. You got to be the example so that they go out into the world and be the example and inspire others and stuff. You know what I mean? And that like the respect thing. Teach your kids respect, and that they might pass that along to their classmates and say, "Hey, man, we might not understand Brian sometimes, and him
Jay
and these
Lethal
boots,
got an issue
but."
with the respect thing. Jay
Right,
Lethal
but
don't.
we
No,
might not.
no.
We
Yeah.
might listen.
Got an issue
We
with
might
respect.
not understand why little Brian got them boots on with that fucking furry ass yellow jacket and he ain't matching. But hey, that's little Brian. My thing is this: is little Brian nice to you? Is little Brian kind to you? Do he crack you up? Do he help you with your homework? Be nice to little Brian. Little Brian ain't did shit to you. Is that dress and them boots
That's
really
not too
bothering
much to
you?
ask. That's not too much to
But
ask.
people
That's
won't. But people can't give you that. They won't even give you the niceness. I can't even get hello, how are you? Oh, that like I've been like for the most part looking at me. Well, some would think I might be straight, but then when they find I'm gay, oh, I don't want to talk to you again. But what was wrong with me? You was just clicking and clacking with me 5 minutes ago. Now you
well,
finally
really,
want to act funny for what? I
but
ain't trying to
really,
press on you.
really, it sounds like if anything, you have an issue more so with the older generation patriarchy or matriarchy than you
Well,
do.
they not. I don't know about having a problem, but they ain't dead.
I'm just saying.
They still
All
are.
I'm saying
They
is what the modern day, what they call the cisgender, what you call the cisgendered pro-black community, what we're living up to, or what we're spewing, is basically an updated version of what our grandparents told us.
But here's the
So
thing: us younger generation are still looking up to our grandparents. How many people look to grandma as damn near grandma is God? How
right.
many of us look to grandma?
So
How many
that's
of us look at so those same thing traditions that grandma teaches? She still teaches them and embedded them in you. Just because you got the 2.0 version, don't mean that the baseline is
right.
still grandma in
No,
them.
right. What I'm saying is basically, it sounds like the issue is with the system that was passed down to us, not so much because the way I'm hearing it, when I hear this patriarchy thing, it's sounding like we're some kind of abnormality. When in actuality, we're doing only what we've been taught for generations upon generations, and whether it's right or wrong, it's not something we just created. This is something that has been
It's
what
a
you
cycle that needs to be broken.
well, okay. Now, whether that's true or not, you're not regarding the fact that this is a cycle that's been going on for so long. So for you to say in 2020 on July 4th that this cycle needs to be broken, hey, fair enough, it could. But
Mm.
what are you using to quantify that when we've already been successfully, when I say successfully, we've been producing and we've been living and whatnot. We've been successfully living under this system that you're now saying we need to break this system.
I
So
think that
what?
that's the issue though, is that it hasn't
But
been
nobody.
successful. It hasn't been. It's only been
It's been
successful
successful in destroying
those
shit.
who were privileged. It hasn't been successful.
It's been successful in destroying shit.
How has
You
it
know what I
not been
mean?
successful? We made it through slavery. We made it through Jim Crow. We made it through lynching.
So what
We
part
made
of
it
the
through the
system
vote.
are
But
All
my
of that,
mind got.
wait, hold on. All of those things that I just named, slavery, Jim Crow, the boats, lynching, we made it through that under the system of so-called the patriarchy and the so-called toxic masculinity. The toxic masculinity. No, listen.
No. Why are you contributing that to the toxic masculinity? Why
Because
can't
that was the same thing that was going on today.
huh?
Because we had the same spirits and the same structure that we did in slavery and everything else. The only difference is today we have less power and less privilege because, like I said, we've been taken out of the house. If you want to speak about privilege, you should have used that argument
Then
back when.
keep your ass in the house then. Stop doing
No,
shit because at the end of the day, the
no.
baseline is you know right from wrong.
That's a
Don't be
case.
going
No,
out
no,
into
no,
the
no,
world
no, no.
doing
We're
wrong.
not gonna have
I'm
that
a black
argument.
man that ain't never went to jail. Fuck me
We're-
being gay. I'm a black man that ain't went to jail.
No, no,
You don't
no.
have
We're
to go
not
to
gonna
jail,
have the argument
nigga.
because that's a whole nother argument about why.
I'm saying this. I'm saying this. At the end of the day, you were if you had at least a decent upbringing, you at least knew right from wrong. Okay,
Right.
nobody asked you to. Granted, there were things that were systematically set up for you for the probability of you will
Yes.
most likely go
Yes.
down a certain road.
Yes.
Correct. But at the end of the day, you cannot negate the fact that you did not know what could possibly happen if you go down that road. B, what
We
it could
know
look like
there's.
once you go down that road. But I'm still, I gotta say it. You still know right from wrong. Everybody doesn't have to do that. There, how many kids you would see on? We see it in the TVs. Just because we grew up in the same hood, nigga, you had the same. You could have went to college too. You had an opportunity, but you wanted to stay on the street and thug, or you wanted, instead of moving away from all of this shit when you had the opportunity, because you had a job opportunity, you wanted to stay in the same shit every day, same city around a bunch of niggas that ain't doing nothing in life, that don't want to be nothing in life. Want that us black men gotta want better for ourselves.
I'm just saying.
Can't nobody want it more for you than you.
Of course.
You gotta take responsibility for you and your actions.
Yes, that's a conversation that can be had. But if we're talking about the patriarchy, like I said, at what point did become? Let me ask you this: at what point did? How about this? Let's take it back to first grade. What year was it that masculinity became toxic? Or no. Let me ask you this: was it toxic masculinity? Yeah, let me know. Let me know the time frame because
it's been a long time. Shit, you've been hearing women scream about that shit for the
no, but
longest.
if we're talking about just
women just barely was able to vote. What?
no, we're talking about the black. No, we're talking about the black community. At what point did we start calling or did we say that toxic masculinity is toxic? Because remember, under this patriarchal system, we survived slavery, physical
Because we
chains.
had to. There was, what other avenue did you have back then, nigga? You had to just get with it, or else.
No. What I'm saying is,
There was no therapist. There was nobody to talk to us. It was deal with the shit how we do now. We deal with our emotions. We stick that shit under the rug. We jump on top of it. We flatten that shit, wipe our feet off, and keep pushing. That's how we survived.
We're in a worse place now. We're in a worse place now as black people in 2020 than we've ever been, even at the height of slavery, is what I'm saying. Now that the black man is
wait, you're thinking that we're worse?
Yes, the black Americans collectively, and this is not even an argument. There is no black community. The black community, so-called, as we call it collectively, is in a worse position than we were even at the height of Jim Crow. Because even at the height of Jim Crow, we had our own businesses.
Are you meaning this by psychologically?
No, I'm meaning it. I'm meaning it
because every day there are a lot of new black. I live out here in San Francisco, Oakland. There's a lot of new black app owners. There's a lot of black rappers that are creating.
Right, but guess what? Guess what they're not doing though?
We still don't. What?
They're not creating. They're not part of a community. They're their own entity. T.I. can open his own restaurant. 2 Chainz can open his own restaurant. But you don't see black communities as you did in 1962, where you can go to, or 1942, when you can go to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and go to that black bank right across the street, that black pharmacy. So what I'm saying is, how is it that when we were in in worse conditions under the white man, we had a better reality than in 2020. What's the difference? The difference, my friend, is that we are now living under a matriarchy, and that's what nobody is willing to admit. Back in the time of slavery, back in the time of Jim Crow, or even when they was putting German shepherds on us, the reason why we were able to survive and have so much structure is because the man was known as the head of the household. In 2020, the man has been taken out of the household. Hence, we have no structure at all. So what you're calling this evil patriarchy actually saved us, saved our black asses. And it's looking like if we get rid of that patriarchy, we have the highest rates of abortion. Did you know that in New York, more black babies are aborted than are born in New York?
Okay, but let's say this. Okay, you want to run
that no way. Hold on. Let me make the statement real quick. So there are more black babies being aborted in New York in 2020 than there are being born. But guess what? During the Harlem Renaissance and back in Malcolm X day when they was beating our heads with sticks, that wasn't the case. So how is it that when we were in such poverty, in such physical torment, we weren't killing our babibies and doing all and killing each other in gangs and all this other stuff? But I'm not finished. Hold on. I'm about to put the period on it right here. What is the difference? You tell me. What is the only change in our community that made it to where when we had these German shepherds on us and shit, we weren't killing each other, we weren't killing our babies, we weren't popping pills, we weren't doing all that. But in even our music, Marvin Gaye and all these amazing
what you talking about? Niggas tried to be pimps back then. That was the thing that was cool.
That wasn't prevalent. That was not prevalent in the real life communities, brother. You know that was not prevalent.
But you have to look at so many other influences in 2020 and 1960. The very thing we're all on right now, the cell phone and or the computer, whichever one you're on, has shut down and influenced a lot more things now. I just talked about this, about how porn has influenced all of our sex lives. I wanted to talk about how people are racist within the porn community. You'll want my black dick during the day at night, but you can't be my friend during the day. Look at how many things have influenced these decisions that are being made. People talk about how YouTube and Instagram is influenced. Porn is an influence. There's a lot of other things. And the reason why these girls, when you break down statistics as far as women having abortions, well, we got to break it down even more. How many women medically, it wasn't safe for them to have the abortion? How many something would be wrong with the baby if they were to be born? Some of them wasn't just aborting them due to irresponsibility. And how many wanted to have this nigga's baby? The bitch wanted a nut, not this nigga's kid.
But guess what?
Let me say this, Jay.
That's not enough to kill a human being. That's not enough to kill a human being. She has to deal with the consequence. No, listen, I have to stop you right there because I'm a father who's going through child support and all other type of shit. And I wasn't given the opportunity to kill this child. Not that I would have, but I wasn't given the opportunity to kill this child because I just wanted a nut. So that's another thing. Back to you, Conscious. Hold on. But wait, I just want to say this because it's important. Because Conscious TV constantly tells me about this privilege that the cis male has. But how is it that I have a privilege when the woman can kill her baby because she just wanted a nut but didn't want the baby? But the black man, has to pay 18 years worth of child support.
I'm not arguing with you about that. Like, bitch, hey, we was fucking around and you want to keep a kid and I don't think you should and you want to. I do think, fuck it, don't ask the man for shit. I'm with you on that.
But that's not the case. So where's the privilege?
But we're not putting what the law says. We're just
yes, we are because you're mentioning privilege. You're mentioning privilege.
I didn't know we was going with privilege. I was just going with the woman's body. She has to endure everything.
No. We have to kill that argument right here. The woman's body. That's a human being attached to that woman's body. It just so happens that the female of the species carries the baby.
So
She
she's
does not
supposed to
get
have.
she does
So
not
then she
she does
has the
not get to
baby.
kill that child. She
Okay,
does
she
not
has
get
the
to kill
baby.
that child.
You know,
No
She
one gets
has
to
the
kill a
baby.
child.
Okay,
this
she
is
has
a
the
really
baby.
this is a really good topic.
It is.
I'm not
Okay,
even
but she
sure that we
has
should,
to.
I'm not even sure that we should waste it on the 7th hour.
Right. I'm just
I
saying,
know.
man. But I only brought up look. Hold on. I only brought up that topic to say
I'm gonna let y'all rock.
there are already a number of attacks on our community. So what I'm
But
saying
here's the
is,
thing, Jay. You can't find them all at once, man. You're gonna have to take some in sections.
no.
You
All
try
I'm
to fight
saying,
all the fights, you're gonna wear yourself out.
no. Listen, we have to at once because listen, we're being
Then
attacked
you're
by
gonna
all
tire
angles.
yourself out, and then the enemy will still win. It's like if I start fighting you and never take a break. It's like boxers. Don't they take a couple seconds before they keep going? Because eventually they're gonna get tired, and either
I
one
agree.
of them gonna get him that one good knockout, and it's gonna be a good night. What was that last fight with the dude that hit him in his ear
Deontay,
recently?
uh,
And the other the big ass white dude.
Deontay Wilder.
That shit. If that man did when his equilibrium was off and he was motherfucking drunk walking and shit trying to find the stool, if he didn't take a break, one more hit, it would have been a snack wrap for him. So that's what I mean by as black people, we can't we either need a break off in sections, but we all as a whole can't fight every issue against us. We're gonna tire each other out. We're gonna
Can
tire
I also
ourselves
make a?
out. You
I
gotta
also want to make a statement about the abortion shit. I feel like though most women are not having abortions because they have a loving, reliable man at home who is passionate about the birth of this child.
Exactly.
Like that's not the demographic of women.
Okay, wait.
Just horny that night, nigga. You
Let's
want to
not
do
jump.
mad.
Let's take it easy. Can you say that? Can you repeat that sentiment again for me in layman's terms? Say it again.
Me?
The demographic of women who are getting abortions are not those women who have a man at home who is passionate, reliable, and insists upon the birth of the child that she's now choosing to abort. That doesn't make up the large demographic of women who are walking in to have an abortion or women who
and medically some women can't have a baby because it's gonna take the mother out.
Hold on. I'm gonna answer both of y'all. But first, I'll answer Chris. Chris, what we're not gonna do is bring up those little bitty rarities like no, hold on. We're not gonna bring up the little bitty rarities like the people who get an abortion because the baby has Down syndrome or it might kill the mom.
Well, yes, I have to because a lot of black women are on birth control pills and that's fucking up a lot of their bodies right there.
No, but like you said, we can't fight every fight at once. We can't fight every fight at once. The main fight.
Also have fertility issues too.
No. We can't fight every fight at once. And like you said, we have to fight the main issue at once. So the main issue would be out of the however 70 million abortions since 1972, 90+% of that was not from rape, and it was not from
so what is it?
Let me get this out. It was not from dangerous pregnancies. It was from, just like you said, Chris, and just like you alluded to, Conscious TV, it was from her wanting to get a nut from a nigga she knew wasn't going to want to take care of the baby anyway. So the problem is women opening their legs, not getting raped, opening their legs for niggas who they know will not care for a baby, and then they remind you These women aren't getting pregnant because the condom slipped or because the condom broke. They're letting these men ejaculate into them multiple times, going to get an abortion because it's just like that. So what I'm saying is you should not reward or encourage or support that reckless behavior. If you're going to be reckless enough to come in a pussy, you're going to take care of the baby. Hey, I got a million babies.
Right, but most can't take care of things. It takes both. You're right. It's on both people. It is on both people. Okay?
So what I'm saying is she should not be able to kill that baby because she wanted to get a nut and because
But if you know that this woman ain't gonna take care, the dude ain't gonna take care of him. She don't want him. Now she has the baby and now she resenting the baby. Now let's talk about that. Now you got this baby that's growing up in the world, and now it's
called a responsibility.
That's fine. Let her be responsible and take care of the kid. But now she's a bitch to this kid.
No, that's no. That's no.
Now you got
We're not making excuses for her. We're not going to make excuses for her. We're going to say that she made a conscientious decision to lay on her back and get cummed in. And so when she got pregnant as a result of her consequences, she now has to deal with the responsibility of her actions. And if she's a bitch to that child who is biologically a part of her, that is because she is a shitty human being. Well, that's all it is.
Wait. Okay, cool. And this is why you got a lot of ain't shit niggas, because a lot of kids are born from that exact type of shit.
No, we're not always. How does it always come back to niggas? How does it always come back to niggas? Every time we want to talk about women, the conversation always gets back to niggas.
Don't make me mute motherfucking mic, because I will mute all of y'all mic.
Sorry.
Mute the motherfucking microphone. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. I have one thing to say, god damn it. Shut the hell up. Shit. Okay. Now I just want to say I understand Jay Lethal. Trust me, I do. But I just want to say this, okay? The only way that I'm going to remotely respect the sentiments of black men as it relates to abortion is only if it's not white evangelical women outside the abortion clinic holding up signs. If not, if it's other black women holding up anti-abortion signs outside the clinics, only if it's the fathers of those women going in, the fathers of those babies, that those women going in to abort are out there with a pitchfork screaming that this is their right, because we're talking about black women having the right to abort these children. Then where the fuck are the black fathers in intervening in abortion? Where are the black fathers rallying against their half of the baby that they should have a say so? Because we don't see their ass nowhere in sight. You got every other person out there talking anti-abortion aside from the daddies, the baby daddies whose children are ending up in fucking trash cans.
And give the men that are sticking around with the kids, give them a round of applause. We don't ever talk. We never praise those men that are doing the right thing. Like, okay, I did this or whatever, or the relationship didn't work out, and they still hanging in there. We don't ever give those guys enough credit. You know what I mean? We don't never.
Right, and those are the guys that are vilified and told that we have privilege and told that we're using
Everybody has a privilege in a society. It's just in different sections of the society. Everybody has some type of privilege, some way, some type of way. Women know how to use their power. If she really knows that a woman knows how to possess it, right, she knows how to use it to get a man to do what she wanted to do. A man knows how to play a woman to get her to do it.
So why is the patriarchy being attacked as if it's the culprit of if everybody has privilege to an extent and everybody abuses their power to an extent, why is it that I'm not seeing women being called out? You know, they have a hashtag called Believe All Women. Have you ever heard of that hashtag?
Right.
There's literally a hashtag. There's literally a hashtag called Believe All Women. And you know what's the problem with that? Chris Brown, 2 weeks after Chris Brown won the masters to his music. So now Chris Brown owns all the royalties and the masters to his music. 2 weeks after that, he was accused of rape by some woman who claimed to have been raped in his house. He got arrested and everything and then released a few days later because they found out she was full of shit. But on TMZ and everything else, they only put when he got arrested for rape. But when he got exonerated because they found out she was a liar who was a groupie who just wanted to drag down this black man's name, nobody said anything about it. So again, we're talking about this privilege. I don't understand where's the privilege when things like that are going on, and believe all women. Why should we believe all women when we have real life instances where women are lying and manipulating, and we're acting like all women are just delicate flowers who have been taken advantage of? We've forgotten that women have actually plotted men dying. They kill their husbands for the fucking
set up kings and stuff to be
right,
fucked up.
right. So why? So where did this hashtag believe all women come from, and this whole sentiment that, you know, again, it's
because
all
probably
part
for so
of,
long,
it's all
because
part of
probably,
going against the patriarchy.
probably so long, so many people was. I get where you're going with it, and I get what you're trying to say. I do understand that wholeheartedly, but I think what it is because women have been belittled, bashed for so long. And so now, the minute there's a chance to pop my head about the dirt and go hard in the paint, they might feel like they gotta go hard in the paint. I mean, think about how many like us right now as black people. This is an opportunity where we like, ooh, child, we got all the white people listening now. Fuck it, fire
Okay,
it off. We about to say everything. You know what I
okay,
mean?
but
So we
listen,
going in. We like, fuck this. We getting all ours while
right?
we can.
You
You know
get
what I
okay.
mean?
Now listen, that's a
So I
perfect
think that's the
example.
same thing
Wait,
on women.
that's a perfect example. But look, when we have the mic now, there's a responsible way to do it, which is expose white supremacy and tell our stories and expose Karen. And there's a wrong way to do it, which is throw bricks through Walmart and jump in Target and spray paint and do all this other rioting shit. So what I'm saying is, in every perspective, okay, you might be oppressed to an extent, but there's a, like they say, there's a right way and a wrong way to do everything.
But
So
yeah, right. But remember this too. We're not working in normal condition times. We're working with the president that says outlandish stuff that don't even fucking make sense. So you can't put common sense with shit that don't make sense.
yeah, I mean, I guess
Common
in
sense
all
ain't
in
so
all,
common for everybody. I get what you're saying, but we're not working in the way, the proper way things should be done. Remember, people will say how to do shit publicly, but privately they not doing that. Morally, like even in business, motherfuckers are screwing people over left and right in business, knowing damn well morally that's probably not right to be fucking over this company and buying up all their stocks and shit and railroading them and taking all their masters and all that shit. Morally, that's probably not right. But that ain't the world we live in. Didn't we talk about capitalist society or some shit like that recently? They don't give a fuck. I keep trying to tell people, stop arguing about what's right and what is, or stop arguing about what's right and what's wrong. Start arguing about what is and what is just happening. When you realize what is happening and what is going on, that's when you'll wake up and realize, because all this right and wrong, nobody gives a fuck. Right and wrong is going, good and evil has been around since the sun has been coming up and going down and ain't leaving anytime soon. The best I always tell gay people to do, you want motherfuckers to be inspired to change, make sure your character is intact as a person. Show them through your ways and through you as a person is the only way these straight people will ever get to see something different. If you continue to act and be the bullshit that we see on TV, that's buffoonery sometimes, shit ain't gonna change. That's why, like I say, some dudes, they hang with me, well, you hella different. Why? Because I showed them who Chris is. Fuck the gay shit. That's just a small piece of who I am compared to my whole life. There's other things that I have interest in. Me and you could be on PS4 on Call of Duty right now. I'm on your head hardcore. You know what I mean? On the PlayStation. Like, it's so many other things. That's what I say. Being gay and being trans and you being a black man, isn't it more to you than just being a black man? You might know how to draw and shit. You might like four-wheeling in Jeeps and running in the mud and climbing mountains and shit. You might like bungee jumping. It's more to you than just being a black man. Okay, that's that. But okay, when we get past that, what else is there to you?
And I want to make a mention to this. I think the solution is very simple. I think if men want to avoid their seed ending up in the womb of a woman who has the power to abort because of right, all men got to do is do what women do. Get a fucking vasectomy the way that women tie their fucking tubes. If y'all that pressed about your seed ending up and the fate and destiny of your child ending up, it's right. It's very, very.
Because you
Hold on.
quick to water on birth control.
I'm about to mute. I'm about to motherfucking mute and motherfucking mute. Okay, now, now I think. Now that I got the flow, I think vasectomies is the way to go. And I also think that that's another example of how patriarchy works. That men not only want the burden of safe sex to be a woman's issue, but they also want to dictate what happens to a child that they're really not interested in being there for anyway after the fucking fact. And because men get to sit around and participate in all the goods of life without responsibility, right? We never hear conversations amongst men about how they need to wear a fucking condom or they need to learn to put their dick into women they're willing instead of participating in fucking hookup culture and salaciousness and then having the audacity to be mad at women who's smart enough to abort her child because your black ass ain't gonna be around and she don't got the financial bearings to take care of this fucking child, and you knew what her situation was before you even put your dick in her ass. But I just rounded all back up to say that if men are that pressed, if I was that pressed as a man and I wanted to ensure that my seed came to fruition successfully, that I would simply nip my motherfucking balls so that I could bust in whoever the fuck I want to without worrying about nobody being able to grow my seed and then fucking abort it. And when I find the woman that I want to settle down with and I believe I can commit to and we can share co-parenting and raise the child successfully, then because you can reverse a vasectomy. Now women take all type of preventive measures from condoms to tying their tubes. Niggas, cut the shit. If y'all don't want a woman aborting your child, clip your fucking nuts and go hoe and bust a nut. Do what you want to do. But if you want to do what you want to do, it's like it's asking for too much around the table. Like y'all black men got to take the burden of like being precautious and also co-creating their reality accordingly as well. It's not on everybody else to think for black men. It's not on everybody to make sure a black man is fucking the lines that make sure that you're good and satisfied at the end of the day too, because y'all want to lay down with fleas knowing that you're laying down with a dog and then want to burden the dog of getting you flea retrieval, and it's just like, no, nigga.
And let's talk about STDs. Shit, you ain't even scratch that. You around here worried about pregnancy. We ain't even talked about STDs. I see niggas, oh, that bitch burned me. No, you burned yourself because you stuck your dick in something. You knew that girl was nasty. You knew she slept with everybody. No, I'm just saying, like, people don't. Huh?
Jamie?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I want to say this real quick. So, okay, all of that might be good and dandy, but you're still putting more responsibility on the man because let's be honest, the concept of the deadbeat dad has been around at least since the early 90s. We've had countless books and interviews and movies and everything else about the deadbeat dad.
Because a lot of men don't want the responsibility. It's just
right. I get it. But what I'm saying is that's a tired narrative. That's a narrative that's already been mentioned. Hold on. That narrative has already been brought out several thousands of times since the 1990s. What hasn't been brought out is the trifling, misogynistic nature, the manipulative, stank ass nature of the black woman. That's what has not been talked about. We're talking about black men and their deadbeat daddy ain't shit. Okay, I get it. A bunch of
Now, no, you're right. Some of them girls is trifling, and they talking about the dude, and he really is a good dude. But the
right.
whole is,
So
I know
what's
something
the
like
name?
that. No, I get
So
you.
my question is, what's the name? And again, this is a whole nother conversation away from the LBGT thing. But what's the name?
We already done moved to another city at this
Right,
point.
right, right. What's
God.
the name? What's the name for a deadbeat mom? Because I damn sure never heard that term before.
Trifling ass bitch.
No, but they don't say that. But the news would never say that. But people in the movies would never say that.
Because what is the image
why are we so comfortable
when it comes to children? What is the image of a woman?
No, hold on, because this is a very sensitive topic for me. And somebody in the chat said only hit dogs holla. And I guess that was a shot towards me because I'm a little passionate. I'm a little passionate about this topic. And yes, I'm a hit dog and I'm hollering because I'm going through this in my real life with my real children, where I'm a real good father and I'm being vilified as some abusive monster because they don't want to allow me into my children's life. I could go into that. That's a whole nother topic.
Did you let me ask you this, did you ever dog her at some point?
No, listen. We're not gonna get into my particular situation because it's a very sensitive. No, I know, I understand, and I respect that. But respectfully, we're not gonna get into my particular situation because it's the whole thing. I will say that I'm not a perfect person, but I'm a really great father. As far as dogging a woman, I don't think whatever I've done to a particular woman in our relationship has any bearing motherfucking ever, forgive my language, on my relationship with my children.
Remember I said that thing about I get what you're saying, it doesn't. But remember that thing I talked to you about understanding? When we talked about understanding, I didn't say what her actions were right or wrong. It's wrong. Like, bitch, I cheated on you. So what? This ain't got to do with my son or daughter. Amen. You are right. However, did you ever sympathize and empathize with her with whatever if the relationship went well, even if there was a relationship or a marriage, is there anything on your part that maybe you did a little too much that like, damn, I see why maybe she might be a little mad. Now, granted, maybe she need counseling. Maybe she need to talk.
It's a piece for all of us, we gon' get our fraction. Though this road is slippery, won't ever lose our traction. When I chat, they listen, cause it's facts, we ain't just yapping. I don't do no capping, we just capitalize on action. Make the right moves work for me. Know it's been a long search for me. Find myself in a word for me. Monetizing a word for me. Do this for who love me, not concerned about no likes. Hate wasting time asleep, I'm turning dreams I had to life. Got me grinding a night.